If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. So this is a created franchise called the Bronx Knights. They've been wedged into the American League West. They've taken the place of the Houston Astros. I've played every single game, no skipped innings, no simulated games. This is game number 153. The Knights, as you can see on the screen, are 100 wins and 52 losses. They've already won the division. That's gone because there's, it's the middle of September. So division is clinched. The only thing left really to concern myself with is situating myself for the playoffs. And the second baseman on the Bronx Knights is named Chris Ramos. He has 63 home runs. So he needs like 10 homers in the last 10 games or so in order to tie Barry Bonds for the most home runs in a single season. It's not going to happen, but at least it's something to shoot for. So let's see what happens. Let's go into the schedule. This is a 3-game set against the Chicago White Sox. Split the first 2 games, lost the first game 7-5, won the next game 5-3. So this is the rubber match. It's a Thursday afternoon matchup. Let's rock and roll. Let's do this. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team at Comiskey Park, or Guaranteed Rate Field as they call Comiskey Park today. All right. So Brendan Pizarski is the starter. Everybody looks pretty healthy and warmed up. So here we go, Bronx Knights. Last week of the season, pretty much, before the playoffs and hopefully the World Series. Created franchise called the Bronx Knights. Here we go. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Please, if you're watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It is always appreciated. So, presentation of Major League Baseball here at Guaranteed Rate Field, whatever that is, as the Bronx Knights visit the Chicago White Sox in this rubber game of a 3-game matchup in middle September. On the mound for the Chicago White Sox is Michael Fulmer, making his 32nd appearance. His record is 6-9 with a 4.13 earned run average. Mr. RC, how you doing? It's late for me. Yeah, it's late. It's like 11 p.m., but this will be the last thing I do before I head to bed. Leading off for the Bronx Knights is Mighty Max, the center fielder, Max Lukulich, hitting .312, 4 homers, 40 RBIs. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he has 37 stolen bases. First pitch of the game from Fulmer. Outside ball 1. So the White Sox are actually playing important games for them. They're 5 games back in the American League Central and 4.5 back in the wild card. So or that may mean 4.5 games. Yeah, games back. So these games are crucial. And Lukulich lines it down the first base line, out of play. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Those of you that don't know the Outlander show, in there, strike 2 count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Outlander show does some sports as well. They do Madden. They also do some shooting games, first-person shooters, something called Vigor. Check it out. So Lukulich flies to center, easy play for Sean Root for the first out of the ball game. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights: Max Lukulich is in center. Don Mattingly is at first. Chris Ramos, the man everyone came to see, is at second. Mike O'Rourke's in left. Jacob Salazar is at short. Benny LoCicero is in right. Matt Saps is the DH. Matt Termini is at third. And Anthony Millo is batting ninth and playing catcher. Don Mattingly, the first baseman, steps up with 1 away. He's batting .336. First pitch is, hit the corner, strike 1. 23 homers, 100 runs batted in on the season. Misses, count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike on. Mattingly is the 1985 American League Most Valuable Player for the New York Yankees. Was an all-star. Misses, 2 balls and 1 strike. Won a batting championship. Won like 7 or 8 Gold Gloves. Outside corner. He's shooting for that corner. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. The dangerous Chris Ramos is on deck. Misses, ball 4, so there's a 1-out base runner here in the top of the first. So, the man everyone came to see. Chris Ramos has 63 home runs on the season. This is 10 games left after today. The record is 73 in a season, so he's basically got to hit a home run every game on the average to tie Barry Bonds for the league record. Misses inside ball one. Tall order probably won't do it, but I'm sure that some of the people who came to the ballpark probably came for that reason. And it's a slow roller to the first baseman. Gehrig throws to second for one, back to first. Not in time. It is a fielder's choice for Ramos, and there's two away. Next up is the cleanup man, Michael O'Rourke. He is the left fielder. 336, 35 homers, 111 RBIs. Runner at first and two away. Pitch outside, ball one. Michael's 1 for 4 in an RBI yesterday in yesterday's 5-3 victory. Late on the two-seamer, count is 1 ball and 1 strike on O'Rourke. He went for the edge and he found it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ramos leads off first. Oh, it hits him. It hits him, so a walk and a hit batsman. Oh, he looked like he was about to walk towards the mound, but then thought better of it. So with 2 outs, there'll be a runner in scoring position for the Knights. As shortstop Jacob Salazar steps to the plate, he's batting .324, 16 homers, 96 runs batted in. 2 runners on and 2 out here in the top of the first, no score. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. So Jacob's 11 for his last 28. That's almost a 400 clip in his last handful of games, so he's hot. How am I doing today? I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking, Owen. Welcome to the stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. And that's a deep drive towards the right center field gap, but racing over is the center fielder Root to make the catch and retire the side. So after half an inning of baseball here at Comiskey Park, it's the Bronx Knights nothing. The Chicago White Sox coming to bat. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, everyone. It's a gorgeous Sunday night here in New York City. So on the mound for the Bronx Knights is Brendan Pizarski, left-hander, making his 31st appearance. His record is 12-5 with a 4.55 earned run average. Leading off for the White Sox is Hanley Ramirez. 289, 25 homers, 90 runs batted in. First pitch from Pizarski. Yanks it foul, strike 1. Ground ball up the middle, charged is Salazar. Throws to first, in time, 1 away. Starting lineup for the Chicago White Sox. Hanley Ramirez is at shortstop. Sean Root is in center. Yordan Alvarez is in left. Reggie Jackson's in right. Chris Bryant's at third. Brian Rocchio is your DH. Lou Gehrig's at first. MJ Melendez is the catcher. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Whit Merrifield. So with 1 away here in the bottom of the first, Sean Root steps up to the plate. He is hitting .277 on the season and promptly lines it past the left fielder. He'll make the big turn at first and head to second. It's a 1-out double for Sean Root. And they have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Here's the replay. Unable to cut it off and had to chase it down. Next up is Yordan Alvarez, the left fielder. Yordan is hitting .288, 32 homers, 90 runs batted in this game in mid-September. And that's a line drive base hit. He takes a turn at third but holds. It's a single for Alvarez. There will be runners at first and third and only 1 out here on the bottom of the first. So this is the 3rd game of a 3-game set. 2 teams have split the first 2 games. It's the rubber match. So next up is Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, .267, 24 homers, 81 RBIs. Grounds it up to it's long throw to second is in time. So it's a fielder's choice. RBI ground out for Reggie Jackson. The score is now 1-0 Chicago. Basically nubbed it down the third base line, stayed fair, and from deep in that hole, Matt Termini at third had to whip it over to second just in time for the force, but not enough time to get it over to first. So with 2 outs here in the top of the first, Chris Bryant, the third baseman, steps up, hitting .297 on the season. Runner at first. In there, strike one, 95 on the radar gun. And he's ahead on the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bryant. So for those of you that are unaware, this is a, well, hold that thought. He slashes the changeup foul. Count remains 0-2. So this is a 162-game season in which I've skipped no innings. I've simulated no games. Ground ball to Termini, fields it, fires, and the side is retired. I will continue that thought next inning. So after 1 inning of baseball, they push across a run on an RBI ground out. The end of 1. It's Chicago White Sox 1, the Bronx Knights nothing. So we'll go to the top of the second. Up steps the right fielder, Benny LoCicero, hitting an even 300, 33 homers, 121 RBIs. He was on the All-Star squad for the American League this season. He was not the starter. Pitches in there, strike one from Fulmer. So no skipped innings, no simulated games. All 152 games up to this point. Oh, that's a deep drive, but playable for Reggie in right. And there's one away. So nothing really left to play for. Defensive alignment for the White Sox from left to right in the outfield. Alvarez, Root, Jackson, and in the infield is Bryant, Ramirez, Merrifield, and Lou Gehrig at first, with MJ Melendez behind the plate. So next up is Matthew Saps, the DH, 313, 31 homers, 104 RBIs. Takes a pitch outside for ball one. And he yanks it down the left field line into the seats. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Matt Saps is a natural second baseman, but he has Chris Ramos in his way at second base. So most of the time, he plays designated hitter. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike. And he's a little late on the fastball. Skies at the center. Sean Root is there. And there's 2 away. So the only thing left to play for is to, see how many wins beyond 100. Team's 152 as Matt Termini, the third baseman, steps up hitting 320. How many wins can I get in this season? Slams the breaking ball foul, strike one. And also, Chris Ramos, the second baseman, has 63 home runs. How many can he hit before the season is over? Pitch is low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Termini has 11 homers and 75 RBIs on the season. Swing and a miss, chase the high fastball, count is 1 and 2. Pitch is low, count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Bases empty, 1-0 lead for Chicago. Just gets a piece of the two-seamer. Stay alive. And he slashes the slider out in front. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaks his bat. Pop up in the infield, caught by Lou Gehrig at first, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 inning for Fulmer. And after 1.5 innings of play, the Chicago White Sox have an early 1-0 lead. So we go to the bottom of the second. Up to the plate steps Brian Rocchio, 237, 4 homers, 21 runs batted in on the season. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. As I said before, the Bronx Knights are 100 wins and 52 losses. First in the American League West. They are a created franchise that have been wedged into the American League West, taking the place of the Houston Astros. Slow roller to second. Ramos fields, fires, Safe. Oh, mental mistake, or perhaps even an error. They're giving him a base hit on that. Instead of charging the ball, Ramos at second base decides to hang back, backhand it, and lollygag it over to first base, and he's safe at first. Mental mistake from the second baseman. Let's see, Outlander Show. Me and Paul got you doing some editing on the last week's. Me and Paul got you on doing some editing in the last weeks of Madden. Well, listen, I'm looking forward to seeing your Madden broadcast, Outlander Show. So up steps Lou Gehrig. He's hitting 285 on the season. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. In there, strike one. In case you don't know, the Outlander Show is a YouTube channel that does a Madden league, very much like what I'm doing. Line drive towards left field. It is in there for a base hit. Runners will be at first and second, and nobody out here. So the Chicago White Sox already have a 1-0 lead, and they're threatening again here in the second. So the number 9 hitter, MJ Melendez, the third baseman, has been ice cold in his last few games, but overall he's hitting 230, 10 homers, 46 runs batted in. 2 runners on and nobody out. Fouls off the first pitch, strike one. In case you're wondering the difficulty setting, I'm playing the game and calling the game at the same time. I hit, I field, and I pitch. Slicing, out of play, strike one. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. As far as stealing bases, I allow the console to do that for me. I put that on auto because it's just the way I play. Down third base line and into left field. It is a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is the runner. So it'll be an RBI single. And the score is now 2-0 Chicago. Still nobody out. Let's look at the replay. Again, another nubber down the third base line past Matt Termini at third. This time, MJ Melendez gets an RBI single. So, the number 9 hitter, Whit Merrifield, obviously a part-time player, hitting a $195 on the season. Steps up, runners at first and second, still nobody out. Low ball one. Grounds it foul. Pulls it down the third base line. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Misses outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. So Pizarski must have left his A game in the bullpen today, seems. It's 12-5 on the season. Line drive, base hit towards the right center field gap. He will not get there. Goes all the way to the wall. Run will score. 2 runs will score. It's a 2-run double for Whit Merrifield, and the score is 4-0 Chicago. My goodness. I got a good crowd tonight, and I'm playing like shite. So, let's go to the manager's office and the bullpen. And let's get Jonathan Holder warming up. And, let's just have Jonathan Holder warming up. And let's have a manager's send the pitching coach out to the mound, calm him down, say, listen, it's already 4-0. We've won the division. We have 100 wins. It's a week before the playoffs. Just relax and throw strikes. All right, so Hanley Ramirez, the lineup turns over. He's 0 for 1 in his first at-bat. He steps in, runner at second. Still nobody out. High strike.
0-1.
And it's a line drive, just foul. Oh no, it's not. He called it fair ball. So that's an RBI double for Hanley Ramirez, and it's 5-0. My goodness, I think it was a blown call by the first base umpire. It's number 46, double number 46 for Hanley Ramirez. Let's look at this replay. Thought for sure. You know what? Now you got me curious. Replay, previous play. Now I'm curious. Let's check it out, folks. Let's check it out. Wait a minute. Oh, it hit the line. Ah! Thank you for your patience. So, 5-0 Chicago. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Here's a pitch from Pizarski. Fouls it off. Late on the fastball, strike one. Sean Root doubled in the first at bat. He is 1 for 1. He's still in third. He caught Anthony Millo behind the plate sleeping. So now they have a runner at third and nobody out. My goodness. Not even a chance. So Root's up there with less than 2 outs, runner at third, where a hit doesn't even have to get a hit to get that 6th run home. Out of play, count as quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Sean. Misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. In there, strike 3, first out of the inning, finally. Now, there are some of you that are probably watching saying to yourself, well, you're losing 5-0. You won 100 games. Why don't you just skip some innings? Why don't you just simulate the game, go to the next game, give yourself a chance? Because the whole point of this season is to play every inning of every game. No skipped innings, no simulated games. If I'm losing 5-0, then so be it. Deep drive down the right field line, heading for the pole. It is a foul ball. A long strike one. So Yordan Alvarez had a hit in his first at-bat. Lazy fly ball to left center field. Center fielder Max Lukulich settles under it, makes the catch. Tagging is the runner at third. He will make it home. It's an RBI and a sacrifice fly for Alvarez. And the score is now 6-0. It's the Chicago White Sox here in the bottom of the second inning. It's been a mess. Reggie Jackson steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Slicing, out of play, strike 1. So 2 away, bases empty, but they've scored 5 times here in the bottom of the second inning to take a 6-0 lead. Swing and a miss on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Reggie. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider, and the side is mercifully, finally retired. As I said before, they scored 5 times, and at the end of 2 innings of play, it's Chicago 6, Bronx nothing. Ugh. I apologize. Anyway, top of the third. The number 9 hitter, the catcher, Anthony Millo, is hitting .250 on the season. 11 homers, 59 runs batted in. Leading off for the Knights. Swing and a miss at the inside fastball, strike 1. Quickly, the count is no balls and 2 strikes on Millo. Off the plate, inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Millo had an absolutely abysmal first half of the season. He's trying to recover from that. Did he swing? No, he did not. So the count goes full. If they go getting up 0-2, the count now is full, 3-2. They need base runners. Let's see what happens. That's a deep drive. Back goes Alvarez. Looking up, it is Gonzo. That's a solo home run for Anthony Millo. Home run number 12 on the season. And the score is 6-1. It's got to start somewhere. So here's the replay. It's a 3-2 pitch. He just grooved it. Projected 367. So, up steps the leadoff hitter for the Bronx Knights, Max Lukulich, the center fielder. Still nobody out. Pitch is off the plate, ball 1. He's 0 for 1, 3 for 11 in the series. That's a line drive and will drop in there for a base hit. So, 2 straight hits to start off the top of the third inning for the Knights. So, Max Lukelich is the speedster on the team. He has 37 steals, but stealing now would not be advisable. In there, strike one to Don Mattingly, 98 on the radar gun. Fulmer's got heat. Mattingly has 23 homers and 100 RBIs on the season. Outside corner with the two-seam fastball, count is 0-2. Mattingly was a member of the All-Star team for the American League this season. Did not start, but played a couple of innings at second base. Slow roller to the second baseman. Merrifield takes the easy out at first, and there's one away. So the man everyone came to see today, Chris Ramos, the second baseman, stepping up to the plate now with a runner at second and nobody out. He is batting .364 with 63 home runs and 162 RBIs. He has an outside chance of catching Barry Bonds, but he's got to start hitting them. Pitches outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Runner at second is Lukelich. And it's a line drive which will drop in there for a base hit. Lukelich is racing to third, late jump, and he will make it. So it'll be first and third. He held up at second base, not sure if the ball would drop in for a hit. So anyway, the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke, steps up. Runners at first and third and only one away. Pitches outside, ball one. He was hit by a pitch in the first, so no official at bat. He has 111 RBIs on the season, so he's no slouch. And that's a bloop base hit, which will drop in there for an RBI single. And the score is now 6-2. O'Rourke, that's RBI number 112 on the season. Just a bloop base hit in front of Sean Root in center. So next up is the switch hitter, Jacob Salazar, batting from the left side against the righty Fulmer. Outside corner with the two-seamer, strike one. He is the shortstop on the team. He's got, I think, 97 RBIs, shooting for magic number 100. Pitches outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Changeup floats in there for a strike. Count is 1 ball, 2 strike. 1 out here in the top of the third. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. And he yanks it, but it will stay up there for Reggie. The runner tags and heads to third. So there'll be 2 away with runners at first and third. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the right fielder. Sometimes you can't steer it. So next up is the left fielder. I'm sorry, check that. The right fielder, Benny LoCicero, who flew out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. 2 runners on, 2 away. 2 runs in, 6-2 ball game. Pitches high, ball 1. High again. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on Benny. So LoCicero has 121 RBIs on the season. And he pulls the two-seam fastball foul. Count is 2-1. Jams him upstairs, out of play. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the third, 6-2 ball game. Outside, full count. Runner at first will be in motion. Matt Saps, the DH, is on deck. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he pops it up. Foul territory behind home plate is the catcher. MJ Melendez makes the catch to retire the side. So they strand 2 runners, but they plate 2. And after 2.5 innings of play here in Chicago, it's the White Sox 6, the Knights 2. So we'll go to the bottom of the third. And I think we're going to a bullpen. Heidi Watney, our sideline reporter, we're sorry, Heidi. Obviously, there's something wrong with the microphone. So we'll have to send a technician down there to check it out. Maybe the battery is loose or something. In the meantime, Chris Bryant, the third baseman, steps up to the plate. Grounded out in the first is 0 for 1.
The third baseman,
Misses. I don't know where he missed. So the shift is on. 3 infielders on the left side of the infield with only the first baseman guarding the right. So they're expecting him to pull. Misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Deep drive. LoCicero racing back. He cannot make the catch. 1 up to the wall. So it'll be a leadoff double for Chris Bryant, and he's 2 for 2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Double number 26 on the season for Bryant. And it seems obvious that Brendan does not have it today. 2 innings plus, 8 hits, 6 earned runs. So we're going to the bullpen. Let's warm up. Carlos Estevez will warm up, and we'll bring in Jonathan Holder. Let's put him in the game. Don Mattingly, the 50-year-old version, is the manager of the Bronx Knights. He makes the call of the bullpen, asks for the right-hander, takes the ball. So in comes Jonathan Holder, 29th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 0-3 with a 6.26 earned run average. He is the definition of long middle relief. So switch hitter turns around and bats from the left side. Rocchio is 1 for 1. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Runner in scoring position with nobody out for the White Sox. Pops him up in the infield. Termini is there. 1 away.
The first baseman, number 4.
Next up is the Iron Man, Lou Gehrig. Singled in his first at-bat. Deep drive to center. Back goes Lukulich to the track, the wall, looking up. Makes the catch with his back to the wall. Runner tags and heads to 3rd. So now there'll be a runner at 3rd base and 2 away. And that was a few feet from being a 2-run homer and an 8-2 lead. Whew. So the number 9 hitter, MJ Melendez, the catcher, has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 1. Runner at 3rd and 2 out. Inside corner, strike 1. It's going to be a high-scoring game, ladies and gentlemen. Changeup floats in there. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Melendez. Just misses low with the cut fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chases the fastball, fouls it down the first base line, checked at 3rd base line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and the side is retired. So, after 3 innings of baseball here in this guaranteed rate field, or whatever they want to call Comiskey Park, it's Chicago leading by 4, 6-2. So we'll go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Matthew Saps. Saps is 0 for 1. He has 31 homers and 104 RBIs here in mid-September. High and tight, ball 1. Inside off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Finds the outside corner with the 2-seam fastball. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Hard ground ball back through the box into center field. It's a leadoff single for Matthew Saps. And the Knights have a base runner here in the top of the 4th.
Now batting, number 79.
So Matt Termini, the 3rd baseman, steps up. He's 0 for 1. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Gehrig makes his way down towards the home plate, makes the catch, 1 away. So Anthony Millo, solo homer in the 3rd, steps up. It's number 11 on the season for him, or perhaps number 12. I can't remember. Inside off the plate, ball 1. He has 60 runs batted in on the season. Number 9 hitter. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Saps leads off first. And that's a bloop base hit to center field, right center field. Oh, Saps is going to third. Strong throw to third is not in time. So it'll be runners at first and third and only one out here in the fourth. Millo is 2 for 2. So the lineup turns over. Max Lukulich steps up. Max is 1 for 2 with a single. He's 4 for 12 in this series. In there, strike one. So he can get a run in without the benefit of a base hit, since we're less than 2 outs with a runner at third. Just gets a piece of the changeup, but the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So 40 RBIs are not second place on the Knights. I don't know what's wrong with that stat guy. Needs to stay away from the bottle. Outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Saps is at third. Millo is at first. Lukulich at the plate. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes, with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. 6-2 lead for the White Sox. And the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. One more bad pitch, and this bases are loaded. And the pitch is low, ball 4. And indeed, the bases are now loaded with 1 away here in the top of the fourth. And the tying run will come to the plate as Don Mattingly steps up. He's officially 0 for 1 because he walked in the first inning. And that's a deep fly ball, but not deep enough. Well, maybe deep enough. Tagging at third is Saps. He's heading home. So it will be an RBI and a sacrifice fly for Don Mattingly. And the score is now 6-3. But I'm sure that's not the outcome he would have hoped for. So Chris Ramos, 2 runners on. He is the tying run at the plate. He has 63 homers with 10 games left in the season. Chasing Barry Bonds and history. 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And he yanks it foul for strike number 1. For the season, he's hitting .392 with runners in scoring position, so he's comfortable with that runner at second base. Inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramos is a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty Fulmer. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. So this is year number 6 for Ramos in the American League. Late on the 2-seam fastball, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on, top of the fourth, 6-3 lead for Chicago here in Comiskey Park. The count will go full. The runners will be in motion. 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Grounds it. Easy play for Gehrig. Takes it to the bag himself. And the side is retired. So after 3.5 innings of play, Bronx Knights trail 6-3. Ugh, damn it. All right, so we go to the bottom of the fourth. Up steps Chris Bryant. No, Whit Merrifield. Check that. He has a 2-run double in this game. It's his second plate appearance. Double was against Brendan Pizarski. Finds the outside corner, strike 1. I think I need to... So Carlos Estevez is warming up in the bullpen. Just to keep an eye on him. Pop up, right side, Mattingly races over into foul territory, makes the catch, 1 away. So the line for Brendan, 2 innings, 8 hits, 6 earned runs. So that is not a line score that you imagine when you wake up in bed the morning that you're going to start, that's for sure. 1 away here in the bottom of the fourth. Hanley Ramirez steps up. He has an RBI double today. Finds the strike zone, low strike, but I'll take it. Fouls off the cut fastball down the first base line. The count is 0-2 on Ramirez. Misses high. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a deep drive. Long run for Lukulich. Racing. He will not make the catch. And it's going to be, oh, he's making the turn at second, heading to third. The throw to third is in time. What a relay from center field. Lukelich to Salazar to Termini, and they don't show the replay. What a cardinal sin. That would have been a great replay. So the bases are now empty with 2 away for Sean Root, who had his double in today's game. He's 1 for 2. How did they not show the replay on that? Line drive for Sean Root, and that would have been the RBI double for Sean Root. But it's just a 2-out double, and the score is still 6-3, thanks to the defense of the Bronx Knights. Let's watch the replay. O'Rourke out there is certainly getting his laps in. So, next up is Alvarez. Manager is going to go to the bullpen and bring in Carlos Estevez. Excuse me, Carlos Estevez. Game number 37 for him. He's 2-1 with a 3.62 earned run average. So, runner in scoring position with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. It's a 3-run advantage for the White Sox. Oh, that's a deep drive. Back goes Lukelich. The track, the wall, looking up. It's gone. It's a 2-run home run for Jordan Alvarez, number 33 on the season. And just like that, the score is 8-3, Chicago. Oh, boy. At least I'm losing now and not in the playoffs. That's the only thing I can hold on to. Thank you for watching this mess. Here's the replay. Oof. First pitch from Carlos. Takes him out to the deepest part of the park. 421 projected. Next up is Reggie Jackson, Mr. October. In there, strike 198 on the radar gun. He's 0 for 2. He does have an RBI ground out. Fouls off the slider, pulls it down the first base line. Count is no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called outside corner, but not before a 2-run homer by Alvarez gives the Chicago White Sox an 8-3 lead at the end of 4 innings of play. Oh, God. I got to figure out a way to come back from this. Let's do this. All right. Top of the 5th. Up steps Michael O'Rourke. He has an RBI single today and a walk. He's officially 1 for 1. Pitch is high, ball 1. 2 righties warming up in the White Sox bullpen. Touki Toussaint and Corey Black. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on O'Rourke. Misses outside with the fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Checks his swing, but it's in there. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Yanks the 2-seamer down the right field line. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Full count, 3-2. Salazar is on deck. The payoff pitch coming from Fulmer. So his team gives him an extra 2 runs of support, and in the very next half inning, he walks the first batter he sees. That's the kind of pitching that will give the manager agita, or acid indigestion. So Jacob Salazar is 0 for 2. Steps up to the plate. Runner at first. O'Rourke has speed, but with the 5-run deficit, I don't know why he'd be stealing. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off, strike 1. Salazar has 190 hits, so he has a chance to get to 200. With 10 games left after today. Outside corner, count quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on Jacob. And that's a line drive the other way, and it will be in there for a ground rule double. Kicks into the stands. That's double number 38 on the season for Salazar. And that'll keep the runner from scoring. It'll be runners on second and third here with nobody out to start off the top of the fifth. So the Knights are threatening. And the manager of the White Sox has seen enough. Makes a call for the right-hander. In out of the bullpen is Raleigh. No, I'm sorry. Check that. Daniel Mengden. Mengden? I don't know. He's 9-5 with a 4.53 earned run average. Mengden. So up steps Benny LoCicero, 0 for 2. 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Slashes it, but it will curl out of play for strike one. Benny is 0 for 2 today. He's 1 for 9 in this series so far. This is game 3 of a 3-game series. Each team has a game apiece. Wow, cut fastball, backdoor, top of the zone. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on LoCicero. Just gets a piece of the 2-seamer to stay alive. Count remains 0-2. Inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we have just gets a piece of the changeup. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have O'Rourke at third, Salazar at second, Benny LoCicero at the plate. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. Fouls it behind home plate upstairs, and the count stays right where it is. It's a 5-run lead for the White Sox, but the Knights are threatening. Misses, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, it hit him. It hit him. So the bases will be loaded with nobody out. And the crowd is getting nervous. You can just feel the electricity in the air. The apprehension. So up steps Matthew Saps. He's at 1 for 2 with a single. He has 31 homers on the season. He has not hit a grand slam this season, in case you're wondering. But now would be a great time for it. And he hits a cut fastball, but yanks it foul for strike 1. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone with a mustache like that deserves to get the blown save. So let's see what I can do the best I can. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Swings over the top of the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Saps. Checks his swing, finds the outside corner, strikes him out looking. There's 1 away. Saps is retired. Oh. So next up is Matt Termini. Matt Termini, 1 for 9 in the series himself. He's 0 for 2. Bases are still loaded with 1 out. Pitches outside, ball 1. Matt Saps has 11 home runs on the season. He's a good hitter, hitting over 300, but he's not a home run hitter. And it's a deep fly ball to center field, but playable for Root. He makes the catch. Tagging is O'Rourke. He comes home, so it'll be an RBI sacrifice fly for Matt Termini. Score is 8-4 Chicago. Oh, look at that mustache. I got to get a big hit on this guy. Anthony Millo, 2 for 2. Homer and a single. Runners at first and second and 2 away. He needs a 2-out hit to get this team back into the game. Oh, he hits it high and deep. That ball is gone. It's a 3-run home run for Anthony Millo, his 2nd homer of the game, home run number 13 on the season. And it's Millo time, ladies and gentlemen. The score is now 8-7 here in the top of the 5th. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's watch the replay. Big 2-out, 3-run home run. Let's go! So, score is now 8-7 Chicago. It's a one-run ball game. Max Lukelich is 1 for 2 with a single. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Chris Bryant, foul territory, makes the catch to retire the side. So, after 4.5, thanks to 4-spot, mostly in part to a 3-run homer by Anthony Millo, it's the White Sox 8, the Bronx Knights 7. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Chris Bryant, 1 for 2 with a double. Carlos Estevez is still out there pitching, second inning of work. Outside corner with the fastball, 99 on the radar gun. Bryant versus Estevez in this fictional universe is only 5 for 20, but 2 of those hits are home runs. And that's a line drive which will drop in there for a base hit. Oh, it goes right through his legs. But he stays at first somehow. Look at this. So the Bronx Knights catch a break. Chris Bryant stopped at first base and wasn't paying attention to what was going on in the field. Watch this ball go right through the legs of the left fielder O'Rourke. Right past him. So anyway, instead of being at second in scoring position, he's only at first. And up steps Brian Rocchio, who's 1 for 2 with a single. I don't know what that thing is. I guess it's a frog. So anyway, manager's office, bullpen. We're going to put, I think I want to warm up Caleb Smith. And I'm going to warm up Dinelson LeMay. And we'll see what Rocchio can do. Nobody out, runner at first. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. So it's a one-run ball game. Here in the bottom of the 5th, 8-7, Chicago. It's the 3rd game of a 3-game series. Each team took one of the first 2 games. Long run for O'Rourke. He will make the catch. Nice play by O'Rourke, trying to make up for that mistake here in this inning. So there's 1 away.
The first baseman, number 4.
So next up is Lou Gehrig. He's 1 for 2 with a single. 5 for 10 in the series with a home run. So 1 game apiece. This is the rubber match. Ground ball past the diving Ramos and into left center field. It is a base hit. And there'll be runners at first and second with only 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the replay. Hard ground ball, base hit through the box. So next up is MJ Melendez, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Manager, mound visit. Okay, calm down, Estevez. This guy is a joke. He's batting 9th for a reason, batting 8th. You can get this guy. Let's do this. Fouls off the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, triple digits on the radar gun for strike 1. Melendez is hitting .231, 10 homers, 47 runs batted in. Runner leads off first and second. Slicing, out of play, strike 2. So Melendez has not been comfortable with runners in scoring position. He's hitting .225 on the season. Misses inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. And there's 2 away. As he goes down swinging. Let's look at the replay. High cheese. So Whit Merrifield is up. Whit's got a 2-run double today. He's 1 for 2. So it's a dangerous spot. 2 runners on and 2 out. 1-run advantage. And he lines it. Mattingly makes a brilliant catch at first base, flashing that Gold Glove leather to retire the side. So they strand 2 runners. And if after 5 innings of play, it's an official ball game. The Chicago White Sox lead 8-7. Oh, yeah. I'm fired up. Okay, we go to the top of the 6th. Speaking of Don Mattingly, the guy who always makes the good play is the one who gets up in the next inning. Isn't that interesting? So, sac fly, RBI, a walk. He's officially 0 for 1. He steps up against Mengden. Oh, look at this delivery. Outside ball 1. Next up is the dangerous Chris Ramos. trying to make history. Cut fastball in there. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks his swing. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's a line drive. Base hit to right for Donnie Baseball. He's 1 for 2. And the Knights have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 6th. It should be 7 straight games, if I'm not mistaken. So, stepping up is Chris Ramos. Chris Ramos has 63 home runs on the season and 163 RBIs. He's chasing history. Pitch is high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Strike 1. He's 5 for 10 in this series with a homer and 4 runs batted in. So he's done his lion's share, but everyone in the stands, even the Chicago fans, are looking to see if he can put it out of the ballpark. Pitch is low, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball, base hit to right. And there's 2 runners on and nobody out here in this 1-run game. So it's not a home run, but obviously he's been productive in many other ways this season. He's hitting in the 360s. So next up is the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke, and there's a pitching change. James Pazos, the left-handed pitcher, is making his 85th appearance. He's 7-4 with a 3.49 earned run average. Lefty pitcher to face the left-handed hitter, O'Rourke. He has an RBI single today, and 2 runners on with nobody out. Sinking fastball, called to strike. And he pops it up. Right, infield fly rule. Makes the catch, 1 away. Good pitch by Mengden. Oh, I'm sorry, check that, James Pazos. So Jacob Salazar's 1 for 3 with a double. He's 2 for 9 in the series. Switch hitter now batting from the right side against the lefty Pazos. And he hits a deep fly ball to center, but Root is there, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So they had first and second and nobody out, and just like that, it's now first and second and 2 outs. So in order to get that tying run home from second, they need a base hit from Benny LoCicero, who's 0 for 2 today. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run. Lefty batter versus lefty pitcher. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Benny is hitting .329 with runners in scoring position. Ground ball up the middle and through. It's a base hit. Mattingly rounds third and heads on home. It will be a tie ball game on the RBI single by Benny LoCicero, and it's a brand new ball game here in the top of the 6th inning at Comiskey Park. RBI leaders in the American League. Chris Ramos obviously leads all American leaguers with 163, but Benny now has 122 RBIs. He's right in the middle of the list. Nice 2-out hit, Benny. So next up is Matthew Saps. Runners at first and second, still 2 outs. The ball game is tied at 8. Pitch is low, ball 1. It was an 8-3 lead for the White Sox, and the Knights have stormed back to tie this ball game at 8. Swings late on the fastball, the sinking fastball, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Saps. Low, 2 balls and 1 strike. And that's a lazy fly ball to center. Root is there to make the catch and retire the side, but not before Benny LoCicero ties this ball game with an RBI single. And after 5.5 innings of play, this ball game is knotted at 8. Oh yeah. I need a drink, excuse me. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Hanley Ramirez, who's had a game today. He's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. Fouls off the fastball, 99 miles an hour on the radar gun for strike one. Checks his swing, pitches outside, count evens. 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks his swing, fastball, 100 miles an hour on the fastball, but inside, 2-1. Ground ball up the middle, long run for Ramos, throws across his body in time. That was a Gold Glove play right there. They need to show us a replay. You got to make up for that other play. Come on, here we go. From the shortstop side of the base, he throws across his body, makes the play. Now there's 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Sean Root, 2 doubles today, Sean Root. It's 2 for 3. I guess it's a strike. Thank you, home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Misses outside with the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yanks the fastball foul. Count is 1-2. Strike 3 called. Outside corner. There's 2 away. Show that replay. There we go. Froze him. Buckled the knees. Bang. So Yordan Alvarez, if I'm not mistaken, is a left-handed hitter, and he is. So the manager is going to go to the bullpen and bring in Caleb Smith, lefty pitcher, to deal with the left-handed hitter. Caleb Smith this season, his record is 4-1 with a 2.72 earned run average. He's been very good this season. I have to admit, though, in the month of September, he's been a little shaky. His ERA has been in the low 2s the entire season, and now it's up to 2.72 based on a couple of bad outings. Misses with the fastball low, strike 1. Alvarez is 2 for 2 today. Lines it, but right at Mattingly, and the side is retired. So, end of 6 innings of play. This ball game is tied at 8. So, as we go to the top of the 7th, Touki Toussaint comes in to pitch. This is his 73rd appearance out of the bullpen for Chicago. He's 4-5 with a 5.66 earned run average. And leading off is Matt Termini, the third baseman. Sac fly today in an RBI. Officially, he is 0 for 2. I need to check my bullpen right after this pitch. Slow roller to the shortstop. Fields fires. Got him. One pitch, 1 away. Okay, before the hero of the day steps up to the plate, I need to go to the bullpen. So I have a righty pitching. All right, so Caleb Smith can pitch to Reggie Jackson, and I can try to squeeze it out, so I'm good for now. Here we go. So, Anthony Millo, the catcher, the number 9 hitter on most days, is 3 for 3. Pitches inside from Toussaint, ball 1. He's 3 for 3 with a 3-run homer today. He's a big reason why this ball game is tied at 8. Swings out in front of the changeup, way out in front. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside and low, 2-1. Hitters count, 3 balls, 1 strike on Millo. Here in the top of the 7th with 1 out, tie ball game. And that's a deep drive, which is probably going to find its way in there. Oh, it's a diving catch off the heel of the glove. He's headed to second. Throw to second is not in time. He has 4 hits today. That's his 22nd double of the season. And he's 4 for 4. So lead with 1 out, they have a runner in scoring position for Max Lukulich, who's 1 for 3. He swings and misses out in front of the changeup for strike 1. Millo leads off second. Swing and a miss. Chases the inside fastball. Count is 0-2. Lou Gehrig and into right field, but strong throw by Reggie in right keeps the run from scoring. Plus, the catcher Millo doesn't have a lot of speed. Let's be honest. So there's now runners at first and third here with only one out for Don Mattingly, who steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. He has 101 RBIs on the season, and he can get the go-ahead run to score without the benefit of a base hit because there's a runner at third and less than 2 outs. Pitch is low, ball 1. Checks his swing, pitches high, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Don Mattingly is hitting .413 with runners in scoring position. He has been the hitman this season. And he yanks it down the right field line. It will roll all the way into the corner. 1 run will score. Lukelich will make the turn at third, and he's heading home. The throw to the plate is 2 runs will score. It is a 2-run double for Don Mattingly, and the score is now 10-8. Bronx Knights lead here in the top of the 7th. Oh, yeah! And more importantly, in this September matchup, up steps Chris Ramos. The pressure is off. He has 63 home runs. Will he hit number 64? Corey Black comes in to pitch. 1-0 record. In 29 2/3 innings, he has a 4.25 earned run average. Up steps Chris Ramos, runner at second. 2-run lead. He's 2 for 4 today, but with 2 singles. Inside, ball 1. Mattingly leads off second. Here's the pitch from Corey Black. Backdoor slider, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Ramos is hitting .389 with runners in scoring position. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. And he fouls it down the left field line, a little late on the fastball. Out of play, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Chris Ramos. Obviously the front runner for the most valuable player award here this year in the American League. Outside corner, strike 3. He doesn't like the call. But I have a feeling, just have a seat. Have a seat. 2 away. This is probably a strike. Okay, it might be low, but you know what? It's too close to take. With 2 strikes, you got to foul it off. So with 2 away and a runner in scoring position is Michael O'Rourke. Right-hander Austin Adams warming in the White Sox bullpen. Michael is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Backdoor slider by Corey Black, strike 1. Mattingly still leads off second, 2 away. 3 runs have scored in this inning. Knights have a 2-run lead. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. The count is 0-2 on Michael. In the dirt, bounce, blocked nicely by Melendez. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So O'Rourke's going to need a hit to get that runner home. Not a lot of speed at second base. Mattingly doesn't have speed, so. And it looks like it might be a bloop base hit to center field, and it is. He rounds third, got a good jump, heads home. It's going to be an RBI single bloop base hit by Michael O'Rourke, and the score is 11-8 here in the 7th inning. Clutch 2-out hit from Michael O'Rourke. In on his hands, and just bloops. They're playing him deep. And Root can't get there. So, it's 3-run ball game, 11-8. Jacob Salazar's 1 for 4 with the double. Pitch is low, ball 1. O'Rourke leads off first. Big lead at first. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Slides back into first. So in this game, the Bronx Knights were down 8-3 at one point. And now they're winning 11-8. It's a hell of a comeback. And he yanks it, but it will curl out of play. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, big lead at first from O'Rourke. Late on the slider. Count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Runner at first. Bronx Knights lead 11-8. Outside, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With the pitch, O'Rourke will be in motion. So he'll get a jump in case of a double in the gap. Maybe he'll be able to score. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a single. Runners will be at first and second. I don't know why O'Rourke slowed down at second. He should be at third base, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. So Benny LoCicero, the right fielder, 1 for 3 with an RBI single, steps up. 2 runners on, 2 out. And he pulls it foul, strike 1. Misses with the backdoor slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just for a little bit of accountability, but the entire season, from beginning to end, has been played on the difficulty setting of All-Star. All-Star for pitching and All-Star for hitting. I just want to show gameplay, hitting difficulty All-Star, pitching difficulty All-Star. Not that I have to prove anything to anybody, but I don't want anybody to think that, oh, he wants to win games, so he put it down to rookie. Fouls it off. So it's been on All-Star when I was down 8-3. So this is to come back 11-8. It's still on All-Star. So 2 runners on, 2 out here in the top of the 7th. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 runners on, 3-run lead. Let's see what happens. Let's go. Swing and a miss, chase the pitch, and the side is retired, but not before the Bronx Knights score 4 runs here in the top of the 7th. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. The Chicago White Sox are losing 11-8. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. All right, so now as manager, bullpen, I'm going to warm up Dylan Betances as well, just in case. So Caleb Smith in his 2nd inning of work pitches to Reggie Jackson, who's 0 for 3 today. And he lines it down the line. It's a base hit. Kicks off the wall. Strong throw to second is in time. What a throw from left field by Michael O'Rourke. Show us that replay. There's 1 out here in the inning. Show it. Come on, show it. Oh, they didn't show it. What a throw from O'Rourke. So Chris Bryant is 2 for 3 with a single and a double. He's 3 for 6 with a home run in this 3-game set. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. At the knees, strike 1. Out in front of the changeup, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Bryant. Jams him inside behind the plate. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Pops him up. Termini races over to the corner, cannot make the catch. Grounds it down the third base line, foul ball. He's battling. Misses outside with the changeup, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Bryant doesn't like the call, but in any event, he still needs to sit down because there are 2 away. So next up is Brian Rocchio, 1 for 3 with a single, switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Caleb Smith. Pops him up, Ramos races over, makes a dive, cannot make the catch. And that's the first out of the, no, I'm sorry, check. That's the first strike in the at-bat against Rocchio. Count is 0-1, 2 away here in the, oh, in there, strike 2. That's a deep drive. Back goes O'Rourke to the track, the wall. With his back to the wall, he makes the catch to retire the side. He gave it a ride, but it's a 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Smith. At the end of 7, it's the Bronx Knights 11, the Chicago White Sox 8. So we're going to the 8th. In relief comes Austin Adams for the White Sox, and at the plate is Matt Saps. But before we do that, I'm going to go to the manager's office in the bullpen, and I'm going to sit LeMay down. I'm going to sit you down. I'm going to let Caleb Smith, the left-handed pitcher, pitch to Gehrig and Melendez. If he gets into trouble, I bring in Dellin Betances. That's what I'm going to do. So, top of the 8th, Saps is up. He's 1 for 4. Against Austin Adams. Here's the pitch. Swings at the first pitch, skies it to center. Deep at the warning track. Root makes the catch, 1 away. So next up is Termini. Third baseman, he's 0 for 3. Swings at the first pitch, fouls off the slider down the first base line. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Welcome to the stream. This is Bronx Knights Baseball. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. 2-hopper to the shortstop, throws to first in time, 2 away. So the man of the day, Anthony Millo, the number 9 hitter, is 4 for 4 with 2 home runs today. My goodness, going for hit number 5 with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Checks his swing, pitches low, ball 1. Raleigh Fingers is warming up in the bullpen for the White Sox. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Anthony. Chases the slider, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he yanks it. This could be, oh, no, goes foul. Thought he had hit number 5, but curled into foul territory. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Millo. Outside corner, strike 3. And finally, someone has gotten Millo out today. He's 4 for 5. So the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 3-run lead for the Bronx Knights. So up steps Lou Gehrig, the Iron Man, New York Yankee legend from the 30s, 20s, and 30s. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles, 6 for 11 in this series. Caleb Smith is in there for his 3rd inning of work. At the knees, strike 1. The setup man, Dellin Betances, is warming up in the bullpen for the Bronx Knights. Changeup floats in there. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Gehrig. Slow roller up the third base line. Termini charges, fires. Got him. 1 away. Nice play by the third baseman.
Now batting, the catcher, MJ.
So MJ Melendez, 1 for 3 with an RBI single, steps up. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Smith. Fouls off the fastball behind home plate, strike 1. Finds the strike zone with the breaking ball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Melendez. Misses outside. Count is 1 and 2. Attendance 33,486 here at, I guess, Guaranteed Life Park. I still want to call it Comiskey, sorry. Grounds it foul. Late on the fastball. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 33,000 is obviously not a sellout for an afternoon game during the week. Fouls it off. Count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Checks his swing. Did he go? No, he did not, according to the third base umpire. Count evens. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider, and there are 2 away. Nasty pitch.
The batter number 15, second baseman.
Oh. So as Whit Merrifield comes to the plate, the manager takes this long, slow stroll to the mound to call for the right-hander to pitch. Dellin Betances, the setup man. 3-3, 2.76 ERA. He's 84 strikeouts in just under 60 innings pitched. He is a lights out. Could be a closer himself on someone else's ball club. Whit Merrifield is 1 for 3. Late on the fastball, strike 1. So that one was a 2-run double, so it was a big hit for Whit Merrifield. Knuckle curve floats in there for strike 2. Grounds it to Mattingly, scoops it, takes it himself to retire the side. So we go to the 9th, the top of the 9th. It's a 3-run lead for the Bronx Knights. They lead 11-8. So, Mighty Max Lukulich is 2 for 4 with 2 singles, 2 runs scored. He leads off here in the top of the 9th. And he yanks it, but it will curl out of play. Strike 1. Austin Adams is in there for his 2nd inning of relief. Inside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. So Lukulich has 30-plus doubles. He has 30-plus stolen bases. He's got over 100 runs scored. He's got a 300-plus average. 2 balls and 1 strike. He was the starting center fielder in the American League for the All-Star game this year, even though he doesn't have any homers and RBIs. 4 homers, 40 RBIs. Skies it to shallow right center field, and there's 1 away. So, with 1 out, up steps Don Mattingly, 2 for 3. He's had a single, a double, and 3 runs batted in. Yeah, I don't want to jinx it, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, Outlander, just in case. In there with the 2-seam fastball, strike 1. Thank you for the kind words, but I'm not going to say anything. Adams sets and delivers. Pops it up over the Chicago into the Chicago dugout. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Mattingly. Inside off the plate, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Don Mattingly would have been, in my opinion, a Hall of Fame first baseman, except the back injury robbed him over the second half of his career, robbed his power. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. But in the late 1980s, Don Mattingly was the best player in the American League for a few years. He was one of my favorite players growing up. Just gets a piece of the slider. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. 11-8 lead for the Knights here at Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Chris Ramos. Looking for that historic home run binge. It's probably not going to happen, but something to look for. Late on the fastball, out goes Chris Bryant in short left field, makes the catch. There's 2 away. So with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th, Chris Ramos will get 1 more at bat today to set the stage. After today, there will be 10 games left, I believe. Chris Ramos is 2 for 5, but there are 2 singles in this game. He has 63 home runs. If he hits a home run every game, he'll tie Barry Bonds for the home run league, 73. Swings and fouls off the fastball, strike 1. So every at-bat counts in this drive for history. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. His previous career high was in his rookie season. He hit 54 homers. He blasted past that in late August. Fouls the inside slider back behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ramos. Switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty Austin Adams. Misses off the plate. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's a deep drive, but it will not make the seats. In fact, it will be caught by the right fielder to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last licks for Chicago. They need 3 runs to tie. It's 11-8. Bronx Knights lead. So Dellin Betances, the setup man, is still out there. Hanley Ramirez steps up to the plate to lead off here in the bottom of the 9th. He's 2 for 4. At the knees, strike 1, 99 on the radar gun. And that's a deep drive. Running catch, nice running catch in the left field corner by O'Rourke. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th. Nice play by the left fielder. And that they give a replay on. Well, in any event. So next up is Sean Root. 2 for 4, but he has 2 doubles today, 2 runs scored. He's been effective. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Out in front of the knuckle curve, 2 strikes. Count is 0-2 on Sean Root. Fouls off the slurve, the slider. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls back to 2-seamer. Slices up the first base line. Foul ball. Misses outside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Misses high. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jams him. Pitch goes behind home plate. Root is battling. Slow roller to Salazar at short. Routine play. In time, 2 away, and the Chicago White Sox are down to their final out. And to face Yordan Alvarez, the manager, goes to the bullpen and forgot to put John Smoltz and warm him up. So guess what? Dellin is going all the way. Inside the mind of the manager. I thought that I had John Smoltz, the closer, warming up. I was going to bring him in to get that last out. But guess not. Pop up. Short right, short left field. Termini makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Bronx Knights win 11-8. So they take 2 out of 3 here in Comiskey Park in Chicago to win the series on the road. It's win number 101 for the Bronx Knights. They're 101-52 on the season. Caleb Smith pitched in relief, gets the win for the Knights. The Knights were down 8-3 in the 5th inning, and they stormed back to take an 11-8 lead, and they never gave it up. So let's do this the right way. Let's go to the scoreboard. So Bronx Knights, 11 runs, 16 hits, no errors. Chicago White Sox, 8 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Caleb Smith gets the win. Touki Toussaint gets the loss. Dellin Betances gets his 7th save of the season. And of course, the catcher, Anthony Millo, is your player of the game. He went 4 for 5 with 2 homers, including a 3-run home run. Anthony Millo. It's Millo time. He is the player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitter, look me up on Twitter. It's RC and then the name Robbin, Robbin. Follow me on Twitter. I'd love it. So, this is a 162-game franchise, created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. No skipped innings, no simulated games. Every inning of every game is played. This is game number 153. I've got 9 left. 9 left before the playoffs. Not much left to play for, but I'm not going to simulate any of the games now. So in this week, the games won't be that important, but the playoffs are coming. And they'll be on YouTube. So if I go down early and I'm starting to lose, I can't turn it off because everybody's watching on YouTube. So it'll mean that much more. Anyway, I've said too much. I am RC Robbin. The final here in Chicago. Bronx Knights have won 11-8. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself an awesome Sunday night. Monday sucks. Have a great night.